Guys, little drive time chat. Just left the Clearwater show. You'll see the cards and cases video of that coming out either before or after this. I'm not sure how I'm posting this yet. This will probably come after that. One of the things I noticed, the show was busy, but not like overly busy. It wasn't crowded. Pokemon stuff still banging. People are still buying and selling stuff. I feel like people were more selling than buying. I'm looking around the room and I'm looking at all the cards and I'm just like, right now, if you're buying singles, who are you buying it for, what and why? People buy obviously to resell, and you got to get a good deal on a card, or you have to have the foresight to believe that that player is going to go up in value. We're in the middle of football season, basketball season's just starting, hockey season's just starting, and there's no talk of the town. There's no the one guy right now. Baseball season's winding down. You're going to get a few guys that are going to pop here and there. And those will just immediately fall off anyway. So if you're buying something right now, what are you trying to do with it? Because at this point, I can't even really think of anybody to buy with a decent upside that you're going to be able to get a return on your money immediately. Or within, when I say immediately, within the next week, 2 weeks, month, let's say. Has anybody got any milestones getting ready to go on? That they're getting ready to hit? Is there any announcement for Hall of Fame that's going to happen? Like, I really feel like we're in a dead spot right now. And it's like either you're having to definitely rip to get something of instant value to sell. That's all I see right now. Even some of this stuff, I really like the SpongeBob stuff. I think it's very expensive what people are paying for the dual autos of the actors, especially like the key guys. And even some of the Disney stuff, but those are like one-offs. And I think over time, I don't know if those are really going to go up, to be honest with you, because let's say they make SpongeBob Series 2, and then there's more autographs, and they do Disney, another version, you have more Tom Hanks and, autos of the other people that play all the characters. I don't see the long-term upside to a lot of these cards. I see the cards that people want to keep in a collection. To have one, completely cool with that. Nothing wrong with that. And that's what's fun about a new product that we're not used to getting. And I want more of it. But like, where are we at on the end game right now? Because if you're not holding on to some massive card that's super rare, that the less than 1%ers, where's that going up at? Sorry about that. To jump out and jump back in. My mom called. And so basically, I don't know where we're at on singles right now. I really don't know where we're at on singles. I like some of the stuff that's come out. Everything's going to go up in price because there's more people that want it. Basically there's less supply, more demand. That's great. We need to keep it that way, because as soon as we get more supply, that's going to bring in less demand. Right now, if I go to Walmart or Target, there is a living crap ton of basketball and baseball sitting there. And football for that matter. Like, they've watered down the product at retail for the majority of the products that it's not even worth ripping anymore. It's better to go get into a break and take your chances there. It really is. And now from a ripping standpoint, if I want something newer and I don't get it in EQL or at normal price before it doubles or goes up 50%, that I feel like there's value there still, I'm better off getting into a break or going to older product, which I don't see a lot of people doing. You can get a box from the early 2000s of like one of the Upper Decks or whatever, Panini's, Donruss at that time, that are like $250 to $350. You're guaranteed hits. Yes, if you get a redemption, you're screwed. We understand that. That's when you do your homework on the product to figure out what it is. There's a lot of Tom Brady autos out there, relic cards, all the guys that were huge during that time, especially football. Certain products you can get in basketball where you can still get key guys again, cards you're not going to see, Kobe Bryant relics, things like that. So, and autos in each sport. So I feel like we need to start going backwards potentially to rip and be happy and still hit fantastic cards that we already know what they are and what the product delivers. So I don't know, I think that's a good focus point for some people that like ripping. I like ripping. I have some random boxes at my house that when I get bored, I just rip a pack or two. Obviously, like the Topps digital apps, which, by the way, digital basketball is getting ready to come to Topps Collect. So keep your eyes out if you like the digital stuff. That's going to be launching here probably in the next month. That's going to be a big deal because I guarantee they're going to drop with Topps flagship immediately and let that run. And Topps, I'm still waiting for them to start releasing some of the wrestling that I get in the Topps digital app, because it is a physical product that will be coming out, and they've dropped it there for some reason well ahead of, I haven't seen a release date for Topps Stadium Club Wrestling yet, and it's already on the app. So if you want to go look at it, go on there and look at it. Some fantastic cards. But the other thing too, with the Topps basketball now being released, and with the way they're reselling, they didn't double in price, at least not right now. The golden mirror chase alone in these is going to be a very big deal. And if they're doing the golden mirror autos like they're going to be doing in baseball in this, plus we're going to be getting autos. Every auto I've seen so far from an image has also been on card. So let's see if we stick to that trend, because if we do, that's going to make it even more popular. And I think it's going to be a good product. Obviously, everything's going to be out once Finest comes out, or Topps Chrome, sorry, comes out over Finest. That's going to be, that will double in price, I believe. If they EQL that, you're guaranteed an auto, a hobby box. I'm assuming that's going to be at least $180 a box, $200 maybe. And then if they do jumbos and other whatever, I think that's going to be one of those products that people buy whatever they can of it. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of like, even on eBay, I've noticed that my follow searches, way less cards are being listed under my follow searches. And I follow some pretty basic stuff, some rare stuff, but I'm used to like usually opening it every day and having to go through, 5 or 6 tabs for new listings, and I'll open it up and like there'll be 3 now. So I don't know if it's just not populating the same as it used to, or there's just that few people really listing stuff. eBay is really starting to piss a lot of people off. They're backlogged right now on getting cards to people when you buy something expensive, basically going through the service. There's cards now going directly to vaults. People just buy it, vault it, and or send it off to grade. It doesn't come back as fast, so it doesn't get relisted and populate up the program again. I've noticed, and obviously people sell other things on eBay. They've been really pissed off lately too. So eBay right now is, I think they're kind of opening a door for somebody like a Facebook Marketplace to build a auction style site out to compete with them if Amazon doesn't do it first. I do think at some point eBay will have competition for sure. I'm just not sure which of the 2 bigger companies are going to try to pull the trigger on that, because I would really like that to have a competitive nature, because it's the only way we're going to get anything, especially for the seller, because it doesn't protect the seller still. Seller just gets straight shit on more than anything. And obviously there's instances and stories, but there's thousands of freaking claims a minute probably. But I don't know. People are still lining up outside of stores, mainly for Pokemon. Obviously SpongeBob's hot right now, so they're lining up for that. A lot of people have been hitting those autos out of blasters, at least from all the images we see. Obviously you don't see all the stuff people rip that nobody ever posted. So there's always that factor as well. But I don't know. What are y'all looking at right now? What are y'all into? I mean, even vintage looks like it's slowed down quite a bit. With anything we collect now, unless it's for you trying to figure out what's going to be worth the most in the future, we don't stack 10 of the same card anymore unless it's new. And you see the upside. But like, for instance, Junior Caminero, anybody in Tampa really, even Baker Mayfield, I saw a bunch of autos of him today. Nobody's asking to buy those. It's something with Tampa. I don't really know what goes on here in Tampa, but it's hard to sell Tampa stuff unless it's like so ultra rare that it's truly a collector piece. Everything else is just, this guy here that has, no kidding, 150 Junior Caminero rookie autos, Bowman First autos, and he doesn't really sell any because there's too many of everything to choose from. So what are you picking and choosing? Like, what are you saying that this is the one that's going to have the best value? We already know what those usually are. Your Bowman First Chrome, your Topps Chrome, and then a Dynasty or something. Wake up, sweetie. There we go. I don't know. Right now, I'm even at a standstill. I'm having a hard time finding things to buy. Hard time trying to find things to prospect on or people to prospect on. I think Shay, for instance, is a great person to be stacking a little bit on, because I don't see too many teams that could potentially compete with them. And if he wins another one and gets another MVP, at what point do people really start, dialing him in as the face of the NBA? Because we're looking for a face right now. Luka, let's see what he does with his new body shape to him. Does he start to really turn it on and perform? I know LeBron's going to be out for the first few weeks because he has sciatic nerve. He's old man problems, basically. I'm not sure why he's really sticking around anymore. Other than just to pad more stats and say he played forever, he can call himself the GOAT, which it's only when he looks in the mirror. The rest of us aren't going to do that. So, I don't know. We're looking for a face. Who's the face of the league moving forward, in your opinion? I mean, Jokic's fantastic, Embiid's fantastic, but is Wemby the face moving forward? It's not Cooper Flagg, guys. I'll tell you that right now. If you get any Cooper Flagg, I would tell you to get the hell out of them ASAP while it's hot, because I don't see him being even as good as a Wemby. Wemby's, I think, going to be a perennial all-star, perennial player. Obviously, health for every single player is always going to be an issue. I don't expect any of these guys to play a full year, even if they're just, little things here and there just to be sure. But I think Wemby has a very big upside. I see the Spurs building a great team again. They might be a piece or two away from really dialing it in, to be honest with you. And the Magic, they're up and coming. Paolo Banchero is fantastic. But again, it's like Florida kind of gets overlooked on a lot of their athletes. And I've just always found that it's really weird. But everybody hears from somewhere else. But whatever. We have continual shows moving out the rest of the year here in the Tampa Bay area. You'll have a show that doesn't show up. I think we're pretty much like 3 shows a month moving forward, maybe 2-ish. We're already at the early mid part of October, and then we're gonna go into November, where I believe we have 3 shows. December we have 3 shows as well, and that's also the big show at the fairgrounds. So hopefully that one gets ramped up. It wasn't bad the last time, but it's like I just see all the same guys all over again. It's just a bigger room where now, instead of I would only see a guy at this show and that show, maybe week to week, they're all in the same room together. So I'm really hoping some more people come from out of town or out of the area into that. And I'd still like to go to like a West Palm Beach or a Miami show, or even Orlando. I don't go to Lakeland. We got shows, so many shows all over. New shops opening up all the time. It's like we're getting oversaturated again. And the good ones that have already been around are always going to be the ones people go to. But it's weird right now. We're in a really weird spot, and I'm concerned too, because we're back going into that COVID thing to where, during COVID, cards were assets. They turned into assets, fractional, and stuff like that. We're doing it all over again. And why do we think it's going to stick now? Everybody keeps saying we've been in a recession for like 3 years. And a lot of stuff now is really starting to get really weird, to where we might actually go into like a full recession in 2026, based on how they want to do with the printing the money, adopting the digital coins, and manipulating the system so that they can buy it cheap. Because if you don't think that's going to happen, then you're crazy. Nobody wants to buy Bitcoin at $124,000 a Bitcoin when you can crash the market out and then go buy it for 90 or even less than that if you do it really hard enough. So those are little chat, guys. Love it, like it, leave it. Leave some comments. I appreciate it. Just keep it going. Take care.